Hey everyone, welcome back to the Testing Corner. In today's session, we are going to discuss some most commonly asked real-time interview questions from IBM. These questions are directly picked from real interview experience, and here I will explain not only the answer but also how to present them smartly and confidently in the interview. Whether you are preparing for manual testing, Selenium automation or API testing, this video will help you to understand right approach to answer, just like the experienced tester does. So make sure you watch till the end because every question I explain here will boost your confidence and crack your next interview easily. So let's get started. The first question is explain your framework architecture. So guys, here you have to explain your framework architecture. Now you have to I will explain that how you so now I will explain how you can answer this question in your interview in simple. So let's start. In my project we have developed the hybrid automation framework using Selenium with Java, TestNG, Maven, and Page Object Model. This framework is a combination of data-driven testing, keyword-driven approaches, which make it flexible, reusable, and easy to maintain. So, guys, here you are using data-driven and keyword-driven. So, you know about it, what is data-driven and what is keyword-driven. The architecture is of our framework is designed in such way that each component has a specific responsibility. So let me explain all these layer one by one. So first is a base layer. Base layer means it contains common reusable function like browser initialization, reading data, taking screenshot, weights, and the log generation. Then there is a page layer. Page layer means a page object model layer. For each web page we create a separate class with a web element and method that perform action, and this help in keeping the code organized and the reusable. Then there is a test layer. Test layer means it contains actual test script written using test engine, and this test script call method from the page layer to perform action and the validation. Then there is a data layer, and in data layer it handles external data sources like Excel sheet, properties file or the JSON file, and we use this data to perform data driven testing. Then there is a reporting layer. Reporting layer means it integrated with extend report which generate detailed HTML report with screenshot for pass fail test cases. And the last is a build and the execution layer, and it uses Maven for the dependency management and the test engine for the execution, and the complete suite is integrated with Jenkins for CI/CD and the version control using Git. So guys, these all the layer like page layer, test layer, utility layer, data layer, reporting layer. Now I will explain one by one layer in very detail. So first is a base layer. Base layer means this is the foundations of the framework, and the all common functionality that can be reused across the different test cases are written here. For example, in the base layer we write launching browser code, taking screenshot on failure, waiting mechanism, reading data from the properties or Excel file, or logging, and for logging we use the log4j. Then there is a page object model layer, and here we create a separate class for each web page for the application. Each page class contains web element locator and the method that perform action on the page. This improves the readability, maintainability, and the reusability. Then there is a test layer, and in test layer contain actual test script which written using the test engine. Here we call method from the page classes and apply assertion for the validation. Then there is a data layer, and the data layer uses store and manages external test data. We use Excel file, property file or the JSON to pass input data dynamically. In the data layer we use Apache POI for library, property class for configuration data, and the JSON simple or JSON for the JSON data. Then there is a test engine layer, and in test engine layer, test engine help in organize and executing the test cases. Here we can group, prioritize, and run the test in the parallel. Reporting layer means after every execution, report are generated using extend report or allure report, and the report include status, screenshot for failure, and execution time and environmental info. And for the build management we use the Maven to manage the dependency and build a project. The automation suite is integrated with Jenkins for continuous execution, and the workflow in the build management, like first developer pushes the code to the GitHub, the Jenkins trigger the build and run the test ng suite, and extend report get generated and email to all team. So guys, all this above is a framework structure. All is about the framework structure. So you can explain in the interview like that. But like me, framework architecture, framework explanation. So all this is a same you can explain in the interview. So overall, our framework is a hybrid Selenium framework designed using the POM structure, integrated with TestNG, Maven, Jenkins, and the extend report, which ensures scalability, maintainability, and the automation efficiency. I hope guys you understood this question. Guys, I have created one PDF which contains 5000 plus interview question, and these all 5000 interview question are the real time question which asks in the different companies like MNC like Infosys, Cognizant, Sapient, TCS, and other companies. And I have gathered this 5000 interview question from the different platform, different blog like LinkedIn, WhatsApp channel, Telegram, WhatsApp communities, LinkedIn group. So, and I have tried to all 5000 question answers in very detail with a short definition, short answer, real life example, real time example. Real time example means I have given project example. Then I explained that how you will explain the answer of all this question in your interview in simple way with a star method. Star method means in what situation in what situation you use this question in your project. So I will explain in very detail, and I have tried to provide all his answer, follow-up question also. So guys, the 5000 questions and PDF structure, like it contains Selenium question, manual testing question, Java interview question, Git interview question, Jira interview question, API testing, REST assured, project related question, Jenkins and SQL interview question. This PDF also contains the manual testing project with complete documentation and DD Cucumber project. And recently I have added the HR question to this package, and the insurance domain, banking domain, healthcare domain, e-commerce domain project explanation also recently I have added. So if you want these notes, I am giving the notes link in the description box and the comment box. So please go through this link and take these notes. And if you have any queries regarding these notes, so I am giving my email in the description box, so you can contact me on here. Now moving to the next question, and the next question is write a sample test script but make sure you are right as per your framework structure that you explain. Guys, the question is write a sample test script but make you sure right as per your framework structure. So in our automation framework, everything is structured properly because in real-time project we follow a modular framework design. Now let's go step by step and understand how the test script flow and how you can explain it in your interview. So first you have to give your framework introduction. Like, our framework is a hybrid automation framework built using Selenium with Java, TestNG, Maven, and the page object model design pattern. This framework is a hybrid because it supports both data-driven testing from Excel and properties and keyword-driven action through the reusable method. The main goal of this framework is to make test script reusable, maintainable, and scalable. So if tomorrow something changes in the application, we have to just update it one place, not in the 100 test cases. So this is your folder structure that look into the project. In the SRC main test Java packages, there is a base, page, and utility folder. SRG test Java, in there is a test case folder, and there is a test data, report, form.xml, and testng.xml. So this is our architecture, or this is our folder structure. So guys, in the base class we write all our precondition, post condition, like opening the browser. Okay, this is the config.properties. Okay, in the base class we write our precondition, post condition, like opening the browser. closing the browser, maximize the window, launching the URL and closing the browser after execution. The best part is we don't repeat this code in every test. TestNG automatically call at the rate before method and after method before and after each test cases. So when the test start, base class set up the COM driver, like it open the URL and execute the test and close the browser after the test, so it handle all browser level setup. Then there is a page layer. Page layer means it is a page class using POM. So next we have a page layer. This is the heart of our framework. Here we follow a page object model design pattern, meaning each web page of our application is represented by the Java class. So guys, it is a page, it is a Java class. So inside each class we define the locator at the rate find by annotation by using and method that perform the action. In the login page we have locator for username and password and login button. Then we write a method. This is a method like login, username, password, and that perform the login action. So guys, this is a base class, this is a page class. Now there is a utility layer. In utility layer we keep common reusable method like reading Excel data, reading properly file, taking screenshot, wait, and browser action. This make our code clean. Instead of writing thread.sleep or Excel code everywhere, we call a method like utility.readExcelData. That's reusability. So guys, this is utility layer and here we are writing our properties config.properties code and the Excel file code. Then there is a test data. So guys, this is a login test which are extending the base class and this is the test data. Here we store our input data like config.property and the Excel file. We use config.property for the URL, browser name and remaining credential, and here we use Excel file for test data for the multiple test cases. This make our test cases data driven and by using this we can run the same test with a different data set. Then there is a test layer, means TestNG class, and our TestNG class contain actual test cases. Here we just high level step, not low level code. And when we write login that user pass, means here we are using our giving our data. So this line automatically perform username entry, password entry and login click because all logic is already in the page class. So guys, this is a TestNG layer. And for the test data layer there is a you have to refer this screenshot. Okay, test data layer means refer to the this screenshot. And okay, this is also for the reading test data code by using Apache POI. Okay, and the for TestNG layer you have to refer this test class. Then finally there is a reporting and execution. So once the test execute, extend report automatically generate HTML report with the test result, screenshot and timestamp. Here we can also integrate the framework with a Jenkins to schedule the run daily or after every code. So guys, in this way you have to explain our your test scripts flow. So first execution start from testng.xml. Then it call at the rate before method from the base class, browser option and URL on. Means now I am telling that how the script run step by step. So first is the execution start from testng.xml file. So this is the testng.xml file. It call at the rate before method from the base class, then browser open and URL launch. Then enters into the test class, that is login.test, and here call the object page class. Then page class perform actual browser action, test validate result using assertion. After test after method close the browser and extend report generate execution result automatically. So entire flow is data, then action, then verification and the report. So in interview you have to explain this question's answer in this way. Now moving to the next question, and the next question is what is request specification and the response specification, and this question is related to the REST assured. So let's start So let's begin it with its answer. So request specification and the response specification are interfaces in the REST assured, which is used to define reusable setup for the API request and the response. In the simple term, request specification define what your request look right, and the response specifications define what your expected response should look like. Now I will explain with a real life analogy. Like, imagine you are filling out a courier form. You write a sender address, receiver address, and the package type every time. But instead of filling it again and again, you keep a template with those details ready. So that template is our request specification. And when the courier is delivered, you expect the status should be delivered and the message should be success. So that is your response specification. So instead of repeating the same setup in every test, you create reusable specification template. I hope guys you understood this, what is the difference between request specification and the response specification. Request specification means instead of filling the form again and again, you keep a template with those details ready. And the response specification means when your request or when your courier is delivered, you expect that the status should be delivered and this message should be success. So here is a difference between the request specification and response specification. Request specification means it define the request setup, and in the response specification it define the expected response. In the request specification, it uses the request specs builder class, and it uses the response specs builder. It is used for base URL, URI, header, parameters, body, and authentication. Response specification is used for status code, response type, and content type. So request specification, it is used to define all request details such as base URI, base path, header, authentication, query parameter, path parameter, body for the post put request, and the content type. But response specification, it is used to define all common validation or expected response such as status code, content type, response time, and common JSON field validation. So guys, this is all about the request specification and the response specification. So how you should explain this question answer in your interview? So you have to say it like that. In REST assured, request specification is used to define reusable request configuration like base URI, header, or authentication, while response specification is used to define the reusable response expectations such as status code, content type, or the response time. And we create them using request spec builder and the response spec builder, and then attach them into our test by using .spec method. This approach makes the framework modular, reusable, and easier to maintain. So guys, here I am giving that how to explain this question interview. So you have to explain like this. Now moving to the next question, and the next question is explain fluent wait and write down the syntax as well. So guys, when we talk about the wait, or when interviewer asks the question about wait, so you should prepare about all wait like implicit, explicit, fluent wait with their syntax also. So because when interviewer asks the question about wait, so he write down the code for this different wait. So let's start with fluent wait. So fluent wait is an explicit wait in the Selenium that wait for a specific condition to occur before proceeding, but with customizable polling interval and the ability to ignore specific exception while waiting. It is used when elements take time to appear or become clickable and the wait time is not fixed. So guys, now we will see what is the difference between fluent wait and the explicit wait. So explicit wait default time is a 5 second, and the fluent wait default time is a customizable because it can be 1 second, it can be 2 second. In explicit wait we can't ignore exception, but in fluent wait we can ignore specific exception like no such element exception. Some key point to remember about Fluent Wait: that it is used for dynamic element, polling frequency can be defined, it can ignore a specific exception, it can stop waiting as soon as condition is met, and we can maximize timeout must be specified in the Fluent Wait. This is the syntax of the Fluent Wait. So you have to write this all syntax in your interview. So first is a Fluent WebDriver wait, means it initialize Fluent Wait object for the WebDriver instance with a timeout, means here you can give maximum time Selenium will wait for the condition to be met. Then dot polling every duration of second, means it check for the condition every 5 seconds instead of the default 5 seconds. Ignoring no such element exception class, means if the element is not found, it ignore this exception and keep trying until the timeout. Then last, wait dot until new function of WebDriver web element, means it custom the function that tell the Selenium what condition to wait for, and it can return a web element or a boolean condition. So in this way, this is a you have to explain these questions. So 1 minute. All you know guys, like a Fluent Wait means it initialize Fluent Wait object for the WebDriver instance with timeout, means it maximum time Selenium will wait for the condition to be met, the 30 seconds. Then polling every, means check for every conditions, check the condition for every 5 seconds instead of default 5 seconds, and it ignoring the some specific exception. And then last question is write a SQL query to find the third largest salary from the employee table. So guys, generally this is the most commonly asked interview question regarding SQL, and so let's see its answer. So here is a SQL query which find the largest third largest salary from the employee. So guys, if you know other SQL queries or any other SQL queries, so you can comment in the comment box. So first, select district salary, means it remove the duplicate salary. Select district salary means it will remove the duplicate salary from the employee table. Then order by salary descending, means it sort the salary from highest to lowest. At limit 1 and offset 2, means it skip the first two highest salary and return the next one, that is the third highest. So this is the SQL query for the third largest salary. And if you know any other queries to find out the third largest salary, so you can comment in the comment box. So this is all about round 1 interview question which asked in the IBM. So I have already created first video, part 1 video about this IBM, that if you didn't see, so please check out my video section, and this is a part 2 video for the round 1 interview question. In the next video we will discuss the round 2 interview question for the IBM. So guys, I have created that one PDF which contain 5000 plus interview question and answer. These all 5000 interview question are the real-time interview question which asked in the different companies, different MNC companies like Infosys, Sapient, TCS, Cognizant, or any other startups company. I have merged all questions which have gathered from the different platform like LinkedIn, Telegram, WhatsApp communicating, and other testing blog, testing platform, and I have tried to provide all 5000 interview question answer in very detail. And this PDF structure, like it contains Selenium question, manual testing question, Java interview question, Git, Jenkins, Jira, SQL interview question, project related, REST assured API testing question. This PDF also contains the manual testing project with a complete documentation, and BDD Cucumber, that I tell how to create a BDD Cucumber from the scratch. And recently I have added in the project related folder that how to explain about your project if your project is related to the, or if the interviewer asks explain the project with a different domain like healthcare, e-commerce, banking, insurance. I have added all project explanation, all domains project explanation in this package. And recently I have added also what type of HR question you face during the HR round. So guys, please take this note. I am giving the notes link in the description box, and if you have any question regarding these notes, so I'm giving my email ID, so you can contact me on my email. So guys, this is all about round 1 interview question which asked in the IBM. And if you like my content, so please do like, share, subscribe my channel and share with your needy friend. Now in the next video we will see round 2 interview question, and round 2 was the managerial round. Thank you guys, thank you for watching.